Hey guys, I'm Kristen Coleman, realtor with Georgia Perimeter Homes. Today we are going to be talking about the hidden costs of buying a home. I am in my second year of real estate. Prior to real estate, I was a sales director in the events and hospitality world, and I also grew up in a contractor family, and I always had a passion for homes and remodeling and just being in that world. So about 2 years ago, I went through my own experience of buying a home and finding out those hidden costs. And during that process, I did discover that I just absolutely loved real estate, and it was really time to jump headfirst for that. So here I am, looking forward to chatting with y'all. So when we bought our house, we went into it a little bit uneducated. We knew we were going to have a down payment for the loan, and we knew we'd have some money in the bank, but we didn't know exactly how much and for what. During the process, we did find out that there are multiple hidden fees that you might not be aware of to buy a home. One of the most surprising fees was the loan origination fee. This fee is about 0.5 to 1% of the total loan. This fee is something that the mortgage company charges to get your loan all set up and ready to purchase your home with. Another hidden fee that personally that we learned about as well is the inspection and appraisal costs. We thought going into this that was something that the mortgage company covered. In fact, it is not. This is a fee that as a buyer we are responsible for. Another hidden cost that we found was our inspection fee. We thought this was covered by the mortgage company or the seller. We didn't realize that we were responsible for paying for that inspection. During the inspection, you'll be able to see any blemishes or structural integrity that is altered that you aren't going to be able to see with an untrained eye. This is so incredibly important. My own experience, we did find some little issues in our home. Granted, they weren't big and they were very manageable, but had we not had that inspection, we wouldn't have known those issues were there. The inspection, you're looking at usually around about $500 for our Atlanta market to have that done, and it's incredibly important that you research the inspectors that you're using, and if you are using a realtor, which you should be, they'll be able to recommend a very thorough and honest inspector, because again, you want to have the full picture of the home that you're buying. So to that point, when you put an offer in on a home, you do a due diligence period. During that due diligence period is when you're going to have your inspection come in. Now, what happens if you have an inspection on a house that you put an offer in and it comes back and in the report there are lots of issues with the home? You can negotiate to have the seller make some of those repairs. Or if you feel like you're in over your head a bit, you absolutely can back out of that contract during that due diligence period. You are still going to be responsible for the fees of that inspection, and once you go into once you find the next home that you fall in love with and you make an offer on which is accepted, do keep in mind you will have to pay that inspection fee again, but honestly it is worth it. Just do it, put the money out, and you're gonna be really happy in the long run. I have a buyer this week who this actually happened to us. We had an inspection on one house and it came back. We went through the negotiations, but they still felt they were a little in over their head on what was found in the inspection report. So they ended up terminating that contract on that house, and we went out, saw more homes, and we were able to get them under contract, and we actually have the inspection on that second house going on right now as we speak. So again, once we get that inspection report back on this next house, we will go through the same process of reviewing the report as well as making negotiations that might need to be had for repairs, and then the buyer will make a decision to continue on with the contract and we go to closing, or go ahead and terminate that contract and we continue to look for the right house. Another surprising fee is the attorney fees. This I personally thought when I was going through my own home buying experience was paid by the seller, But again, this is all negotiable. It can be paid by the buyer, it can be paid by the seller, it can be paid by a combination of both. So again, it's really important that you and your realtor work together to negotiate these fees and closing costs that are on top of your loan down payment. So that way it works for everyone, especially for you, the buyer. The other great thing about the attorney is you might not realize this, but you as the buyer gets to choose who the closing attorney is going to be. A lot of people think, again, it's the seller because we're buying their house, but it is in fact your decision as the buyer who has the closing attorney. So when you're starting to plan to buy a home, it is important to not only have money saved up for your loan down payment, but to also have some additional funds saved up for all of these hidden costs. So here's some tips that I have for your everyday life on how to be able to save up those additional funds that are going to be needed. They say if you spend about $27 a day on stuff that you just not sure you really need, and you cut that back each day for 1 year, you're going to save $10,000 in that year. Now, $27 a day might seem like a little bit, but I'm telling you that adds up so quickly. In fact, I was just thinking about it myself. Today, I went to Dollar General. I bought a new lamp for my office. I bought a couple of decor pieces and some light bulbs and some lint rollers, and I spent $19 there. I then went to Ingles and I bought myself lunch. I spent another $16 there. That right there is well over $35, and that's just today. I didn't need to get all that. Yesterday, I went and bought some shoes. I bought a couple tops. Again, I have a closet full of clothes. I really didn't need it, but I spent a good $30. So right there, we're looking at $65, $75 that I spent on stuff I didn't need over the last 2 days. So if you just take those little things and really start mentally thinking about what you're doing and what you're purchasing and shifting that to your goals of buying a home, you're gonna be so surprised how quickly you have that money saved up and available for your home purchase. So now that we've gone over a few of these hidden fees, I want to thank you for coming and hanging out with me today. I do hope that you come to our website, georgiaperimeterhomes.com. There is a form on our site to fill out to get in touch with us, and you can also give us a ring on the phone or shoot us an email, and we look forward to working with you and finding you your next home. Thank you so much.